3 years ago today, I was officially recovering from my liver resection surgery, which means that they cut me open. It was a full open resection, so I had the Mercedes like peace sign cut, and they took 30% of my liver along with three large plum-sized tumors called hepatic adenomas that I developed from 10 years of hormonal birth control use. I am still 100,000% team everyone should have access to accessible, affordable birth control. But I do take it as my yearly reminder to remind everyone who's A, been on it for more than a year, B, who's been taking it consistently, or C, who may have had some strange side effects that they're not entirely sure what they're associated with, to go get your liver scanned. Check your inflammation levels, have them do an ultrasound. I had one rupture and ended up in the hospital not knowing why I was vomiting for over a month straight. Ended up severely dehydrated, and they tried to discharge me saying it was a UTI, and then I had them run all the tests. They did an ultrasound and were like, well, aside from the tumors, there's nothing out of the ordinary. And I said, I'm sorry, aside from the what? And they said, yeah, the tumors on your liver, you've had those. And I said, no one has ever told me that. So they sent me to a liver specialist who said, in their career, they see this in and out all day, every day. They said that most OBGYNs only see one case in their entire career, so they have no problem continuing to prescribe things without giving that warning for informed consent. And again, everyone should have access. I think having access was the only thing that really kept my endometriosis symptoms at bay. And for the 10 years I was on it, it was absolutely wonderful to be able to control my menstrual cycle with being able to skip periods. But it was a really crazy, scary, something I was not aware of, didn't know it was a possibility. I ended up with 42 staples to close my stomach, and it took a full 6 weeks to be able to really breathe, walk, function, even remotely normal. As a comparison, it made my C-section feel like a routine checkup, not diminishing how hard that is at all, but overstating how complicated the liver procedure was. A lot of people can have them done laparoscopically. I was not one of them. And I will post some images of the scar, the staples, so if you're squeamish, scroll away. But yeah, make sure to get your liver checked periodically. It is something I didn't know could happen, and it changed a lot for me. Still working on losing weight and getting to the point where I can now have the hernia that I developed after the surgery fixed. So it's still impacting me 3 years later. But we're on the way. We're making good steps and good progress. But if you have odd symptoms that you don't know what's causing them, if you have pain in your abdomen, if you don't have any symptoms and you've been on hormones for years and years, do a liver check, have your enzymes checked, have an ultrasound done, talk to a liver doctor if your regular primary is not confident that there's enough reason to do these, because it's something that impacts a lot of women and men, and it's really crazy, and I didn't know it was a thing.
What are you in pain?